Hello and welcome to Universe Mode. This is Guilty as Charged. We are here, we are live, and we are ready to bring you the A show, the best action possible, the best brand in the world today, ECW, and its intense night of action, as it always is when it comes into town. We're here in Rosemont, Illinois for tonight's round of ECW action, and it promises to be another big one. Right off the bat, getting things underway pretty damn big, as Bobby Roode will once again challenge Aleister Black for the ECW Television Championship. Roode came close at Survivor Series, but now with him at 100% and now with him ready to compete to the best of his ability, will he be able to knock off the man who has held that title since SummerSlam and make the Wyatt family lose their very last piece of gold that they have on the ECW brand? We'll find out. That's going to be a big way to get this show underway. But we're not done there. We're going to move on. We're going to keep on going into the tag team division. Whereas later on tonight, the Authors of Pain, Akam and Razor, with Paul Ellering at their side, will challenge the ECW Tag Team Champions AJ Styles and Shawn Michaels. Styles and Michaels head into this not at 100%, following separate beatdowns, courtesy of the Authors of Pain. Tonight is the real big test though. Can Styles and Michaels recover from their beatdowns and overcome these two behemoths? Or will the Authors of Pain make the tag team division of ECW their battleground and write the chapter that'll win them the titles here tonight? Well, you want to talk about titles, you want to talk about opportunities. Coming up much later on tonight, we will crown the next #1 contender for the ECW Championship as Sami Callihan will go one-on-one with Drew McIntyre. Two men hungry, determined, and want the very best opportunities to come towards them, and tonight they're going to get that one-on-one. Which one of them will get the next shot at the ECW champion? We'll find out. Respect is supposed to be there, but I would argue that it has long since passed. These two men tonight will battle with everything within them to win that title. And speaking of that title, speaking of the ECW Championship, it's the main event. Baron Corbin and Seth Rollins, falls count anyway, for the ECW Championship. Corbin was gifted this rematch by Rollins, but he will snatch it away from him here tonight. Seth Rollins to retain his ECW Championship is without a shadow of a doubt the most clear thing I can see coming out of tonight's Guilty as Charged. All hail Seth Rollins, as he will tonight vanquish the Lone Wolf and walk out still ECW champion. But before we get to any of that, let's go right back to the beginning. Let's start with Roode and Aleister Black. The Allstate Arena is ready for tonight's action, and it's also ready to get things underway in what can only be described as a glorious fashion, because here's the challenger, Bobby Roode, getting ready up high on that stage of his. The glorious one, making sure all eyes are on him before he starts this matchup with Aleister Black. As I said, these two men, they faced off at Survivor Series in a big match between the two men. Roode headed into it though arguably not 100%, following a beatdown by Braun Strowman earlier in the week. And when you get beaten down by Braun Strowman, it's difficult to think that you are at 100%. Roode lobbied for and got his rematch against Aleister Black, and now here tonight these two men will go at it once again. The first of 3 rematches here tonight really for titles. The only title that is not a rematch is the ECW Tag Team titles later on tonight. But here comes Bobby Roode. Anyway, regardless of rematches or not, one thing's for sure, look at who's here. Bobby Roode is here, the glorious one is welcoming in his way and getting Rosemont up to its feet right from the start. And they love the arrival of Bobby Roode already. Can this man become the new ECW Television Champion? Well, we're about to find out. Roode would become the second man in the history of this universe to hold every single mid-card championship. The United States Championship, the Intercontinental Championship, and the ECW Television Championship. The only other man to do that in the history of this universe is also a man on the ECW roster, Dean Ambrose. Bobby Roode would like to get his name on that though and make himself look like an even more glorious candidate. And an even more glorious resume going to his name. There's one thing for certain, the Allstate Arena here is on its feet for Bobby Roode. They are willing Roode on to victory here tonight. They want to see this man walk out with that title. They want to see this man holding the gold when it's all said and done. Aleister Black heading into this, though, has only ever been pinned, what, twice, I believe? Maybe even once. I'm not 100% sure about that one. Can't remember if he was defeated in singles action before, but one thing's for certain, on pay-per-view at least, he's only gone and lost once. And that was to Samoa Joe on his pay-per-view debut. Since then, Aleister Black has been damn near unstoppable. He has wiped off everyone. He has wiped past every single person in front of him. Dean Ambrose for the Television Championship at SummerSlam, done. Ambrose and Tetsuya Naito at Anarchy Rules, the last ECW exclusive pay-per-view, done. Bobby Roode at Survivor Series, done. But now, it's round 2 between these two men. And oh, you can feel the energy within this arena. You can feel that everyone is ready for this one no matter what. These two men, in their own rights, great athletes. In their own right, absolute world-class athletes. Bobby Roode, arguably one of the greatest technical wrestlers there is. His ability to be perfect in almost everything is what sets him apart, is what makes him truly glorious. But here is a man who does not care about being great in everything. He cares about being the best in one thing, and that is devastating his opponents. That is putting the pounding on them to the point where they cannot stand up to their feet, where they cannot make it to a 3 count, and where Black Mass will not only knock them out, but will knock something within their jaw, their face, their head as an entirety out. Be it a tooth, or be it some bone, or be it even a whole skull. Aleister Black does not care. All that matters to this man is he pleases the leader Bray Wyatt, and he holds on to his ECW Television Championship when it's all said and done. He has been that champion now, as I said, for a little over 3 months now, and he has been unstoppable since winning it. Can he again hold on to it here tonight, though? Or could we see a huge change in the shift of things for the Wyatt family and for Bobby Roode himself and for Aleister Black? This is one of those matches where I actually don't know who to call the winner. I want to say it should be Aleister Black, given how destructive he can be, but Bobby Roode showed at Survivor Series, even when he arguably wasn't 100%, that he can hang with him. He can give him every ounce. You know, he can force the very best out of Aleister Black. He can force him to make mistakes. He was seconds away from victory on that night, and now here we see if he can pull it off. And what a way that would be to start things off at Guilty as Charged. Imagine how this crowd would react when Roode holds that ECW Television Championship up and is declared the new champion. But will it be business as usual? Will Aleister Black vanquish another foe and be on his way to another contender? Be on his way to another person walking into his line, and another person be on their way to Black Mass? Will Bobby Roode fade to black here tonight? Or will Aleister Black find out what it means to be glorious? We are about to find out. Guilty as Charged is about to get underway. The referee holds up the championship that these two men are fighting for. A rematch from Survivor Series. Who will walk out with the title? Let's get this one underway. The bell rings, and look at this right from the bat. Roode wanted to run at Aleister Black, and he paid for it. Roode getting countered early on there by Aleister Black. And hit with a hard German suplex, but Roode quick to fight back maybe. But here's the speed factor that Aleister Black brings into his repertoire. His ability to counter out of nearly anything Roode can go for will make this match a very difficult one for Roode, and a hard kick in the chest there. As immediately Aleister Black is trying to break out the strikes, but Roode knew they were incoming. I think Roode's been reading the game plan of Aleister Black much more, realizing if he wants to win this one, he's got to block all the strikes that he can manage to block. He's got to counter everything that he can and try and wear down Black and try and make Black maybe realize that he can't stick to his usual game plan. Oh! Well, that may well have changed the idea of sticking to your game plan, because that was a hard kick in the head, courtesy of the champion. This one is also going to be pretty hard. On the apron, the hardest part of the ring. Back suplex by Aleister Black onto it. That'll do some damage to you. Aleister Black has got off to the better start of the two men so far, it seems. Bobby Roode able to pull out counters, but not much in the way of his own maneuvers. Back in the ring we go now, though, and it's Aleister Black who is on the receiving end right now of some moves by Bobby Roode. Can Roode continue this offense on, or will Aleister Black find his way out of it? Well, it looks like he's doing a pretty good job of that already. Striking his way hard out of it, and Roode catches that kick once more. Needs to do all of these, really, again and again throughout this match to try and wear down Aleister Black, but that one definitely didn't wear him down. If anything, that wore down Bobby Roode, getting caught with a hard shot like that. Big knee in the head by Aleister Black, and a back suplex can give him an opening here. Double foot stomp there in the chest early on. And you can feel the energy within this arena. You can feel that everyone is, they're on their feet for this one. They're ready. They're amped up, on the edge of their seat, whatever else you want to say about it. They are firmly ready for this one. Bobby Roode there counted his way out of it. Went to send Aleister Black. Looked as if he had something in mind for him. Black pulled out the reversal there. And now what will Aleister Black do here? He's got him up against the ropes and, sent to the outside courtesy of Roode. Just where the challenger can try and stake his claim and get some dominance going in this one. Nope, he'll run into another big kick courtesy of the champion. Looked like a leaping cutter maybe thought through there by Aleister Black, but it was very quickly countered. Black is going to go up to the top rope now. Does he have enough time? Roode's getting up to his feet relatively quickly. Aleister Black, just gave himself enough time there. And now it's almost like Black is just analysing what to do next, thinking about it, and a leaping cutter will send Aleister Black into the first cover of this match, trying to retain his title early here, and a kick out by Roode will deny that. Black now going after the arm of Bobby Roode, yanking on it, trying to take it away from him maybe, trying to make sure that no glorious DDT can be struck. And again, just got it bent in such an awkward direction. It's tough for Roode to have to fight his way out of it. He can risk damaging his arm significantly, but he's able to get up to his feet there, caught with a spinning back fist by Aleister Black. And now, look at this, Black using his speed to his advantage there, and floors him with another hard kick. And as Bobby Roode tries to recover, Aleister Black pays a close eye to him. Great counter though by Roode, sending Aleister Black into the turnbuckle here, and a hard strike to the head, counter, oh my goodness, spinning back kick, and Aleister Black into another cover. This is much unlike how Black usually orchestrates his matches. He beats someone down until they can't kick out, and then goes for the cover. He's already gone for 2 pins in this matchup, and he hasn't even struck Black Mass yet. Perhaps Aleister Black realizing that Bobby Roode is tougher than many give him credit for maybe, and realizes that he has to break out a hell of a lot if he wants to try and be the winner in this one. In the turnbuckle goes Bobby Roode, but it's a great counter by Roode to give him an opening here. Back suplex on the money by Roode, held him up in the air for some time as well, and Roode now is in position. Roode could strike here, kicking the gut by Bobby Roode. Look at the crowd on their feet for this one. Bobby Roode, the glorious DDT! Could that be the opening? Roode into the cover with 1, 2, and Aleister Black kicked out. Roode cannot believe it. A great chance there for Roode to take control, to take the title from Aleister Black, and he was denied. Up on the second rope now, Bobby Roode is looking for a neck breaker. Black moves out of the way. Black Mass countered by Roode. He got out of the way. Absolutely incredible. The speed by Roode there to see that incoming and to counter his way out of it. That's what makes him one of the best. Absolutely incredible there by Roode, and he has a real opening on his hands now. Fisherman suplex for Aleister Black. Into the cover, trying to win the title here, and Black is still kicking out. Could this be a lead-in for Roode? He's got an opening here to try and recover for a second, but he can't take too long, because look at Aleister Black. He's still crawling. He's still getting up to his feet somehow. Uh-oh. Roode got him right where he wants him here. Black in trouble. No, he countered the glorious DDT, and oh, what a move there by Aleister Black. How did he manage to pull that one off? Roode ran at him and ran right into the way of that pop-up Meteora. And oh, the knee. A big knee in the skull there of Bobby Roode, and it busted him open. This one is incredible. What a way to kick things off here. Oh no. But Aleister Black may be ready to kick something off, and that's Bobby Roode's head. Aleister Black. Black Mass! Roode was lifeless. Roode had no fight in him, and no way of ducking Black Mass. Cover by Aleister Black. 1, 2. No, Roode kicked out. And Aleister Black, I think he's stunned is what he is. He's taking a moment to recover, but I think he's truthfully stunned. And the crowd, it took them some time to realize as well that Roode, being the tactical genius that he is, just barely lifting up a shoulder, so not to exert too much energy. Oh, a spinning heel kick from the top rope though. Black into another cover, a desperation cover you could argue. And now, Aleister Black is starting to get desperate a little bit. The champ is starting to second guess himself. Brainbuster by Black now. And what else will he do here to Bobby Roode, who has had nothing, had no fight since Black Mass was struck. There we go. Finally some life coming from Bobby Roode. A hard shot to Aleister Black's head. Bobby Roode's going to do anything to become champion here, using the ropes to his advantage. Black powers his way out early on there. And now look at this. Oh, he went for a T-bone suplex there. Counter by Bobby Roode, who puts him up on his shoulders there. Great duck by Roode from that strike. And a single arm flapjack will send Black down. This is incredible by both men, it has to be said. The fight from the moment the bell rung to now has been outstanding. Up on his shoulders here. Fireman's carry, flapjack, and again, Aleister Black now is the one showing no fight within him. Will Roode go for another cover here? Yes, he will. Hoping to put away Black with it, who still powers out of the 1 count. This is amazing right now. So many near falls. So much back and forth. Only one of these men is going to walk out with that ECW Television Championship. And who will it be? It's so split right now, you honestly couldn't say. The action in the ring is right down the middle. In the corner, Roode put Aleister Black hard strikes. Look at that, repeated strikes as well. And now digging the boot to the throat of Aleister Black. He is trying anything here for victory. Trying anything to become champion. And oh, Aleister Black does not agree with that. Roode countered, but Roode sends Aleister Black into the turnbuckle here. Will he pay for it though? Put up on the top rope. This one is gonna hit. This is gonna hit hard for both men, I think. Back superplex, and they both go down. Aleister Black, not even a partial amount of recovery in him. Roode getting up to his feet, trying to get right back to business here. Into the cover again goes the glorious one for the title here, and again Aleister Black is powering out. This crowd trying to will Bobby Roode on with everything they can within him. Roode is given so much fight right now, but Aleister Black is just able to stop it at every moment. A big elbow there, and this could be a good opening. What will a roundhouse kick there from the top rope. That was very nicely struck there by Aleister Black, and now he's got Roode right where he wants him, in his clutches. And he's going to go for it again here once more, off the ropes, and hitting Roode hard with it. And Aleister Black making sure that the crowd here pays great attention to him. The man who could be on his way to retaining his television championship. And look at how he's just able to wear down Bobby Roode here in his quest to victory. Oh, the cutter! And he rolls through into the Dragon Sleeper. Black into the Dragon Sleeper here. Could this force Bobby Roode to submit? Will this be the move that Aleister Black retains his title with? Bobby Roode, he says no. He's fighting out of it. And Black snatches it into a small package now. The desperation's still there to retain the title, but Roode still able to power out to 2. This is incredible. We're seeing a champion trying to do anything to be victorious here, and we're seeing the glorious one giving it his all for victory. Roode now hammering into Aleister Black. Hammering into the chest of Aleister Black more specifically. Sends him into the other turnbuckle. And oh, Black moved out of the way. Roode is dazed now, and he could well be in trouble. Black went for a big boot. Roode ducked under it, and oh, Black hit hard on the outside. A hard hit there, and more specifically for Bobby Roode, something he'll cherish, an opening in this one. A chance for a breather for Bobby Roode from the hard beatdowns that Aleister Black has been delivering. Black up on the top rope, waiting for Roode to return, and oh, Roode played possum. He moved, Roode moved, but he didn't. Roode moved, but he didn't actually start running. Black fell for it, and oh, the spine buster almost gifted him the title. That was great possum being played there by Bobby Roode, and the opportunity is still here though. He kicked out of one. Can he kick out of the next? Roode in position. Can he get him with it? The glorious DDT. Roode rolls him over with 1, 2. Oh my goodness, yes! Bobby Roode is the new ECW Television Champion. And that title just became glorious. What a win for Bobby Roode, the new ECW Television Champion. And what a war he had to go through to get it. That is how you start off a pay-per-view. That is why ECW is the A show. Because a matches like this and talent like we just saw. Roode vanquishes Aleister Black for now. But believe me when I say, I don't think we're done with these two men. What a victory there for Bobby Roode though. And if that's how we're going to kick things off on Guilty as Charged, imagine what the rest of the night will be like. What a win there for Roode. But Black, he'll be on his way back to you very, very soon. Wow, that was something. That was incredible. And with the Wyatt family now perhaps in a worrying situation, losing all of their belts, what will they do next? Coming up next, the Four Horsemen and the Wyatt family will fight the winners, getting the next shot at the ECW Tag Team titles. But who will it be? And more importantly, can the Wyatt family try and recover from what they just saw? Wow, we have already got things off in an incredible fashion. Let's be honest. And it continues on here tonight. We continue on the action. But determine the next number 1 contenders for the ECW Tag Team titles. The Four Horsemen against the Wyatt family. The team of Apollo Crews and Roderick Strong will take on Braun Strowman and Bray Wyatt. The way to look at this is the recent the rise, I guess you could say. And even to an extent the resurgence of the... that was a hiccup. Of the Four Horsemen. At Survivor Series, they clean swept the Elite. With Apollo Crews showing his value, and Roderick Strong proving why he is a strong, pun intended, co-leader for the Four Horsemen. However, it was following that victory, it was following their popularity over ECW that the Wyatt family decided they no longer agreed. And I just lost my trail of thought. Oh, yeah, following the Four Horsemen's victory at Survivor Series, it was apparent that the Wyatt family did not enjoy them walking into an area that in Bray Wyatt's mind they believe they run. It was Braun Strowman who initiated the attack. It was Braun Strowman who jumped Apollo Crews following his victory on ECW a week and a half ago, and it was then that basically it was instigated, and it was this past ECW as well, where it was made sure to be put on notice that the Four Horsemen could well be in trouble. All the attacks have been instigated around Apollo Crews. The one a week and a half ago, courtesy of Braun Strowman, and the one we saw on ECW, albeit a match between Bray Wyatt and Apollo Crews, but the message was still the same. Bray Wyatt told the Four Horsemen on the night to run and save themselves the destruction at the hands of the Wyatt family. And now here tonight, it is certain that the Four Horsemen have shown no signs of running away. So will the Wyatt family be able to keep to their word and hold on to that ECW, to that victory? Will they destroy them, and will they be next in line for the ECW Tag Team titles? As already discussed, it has been a bad night so far for the Wyatt family. It has been a bad night, one that Bray Wyatt and Sister Abigail would like to forget. But the question is, will it be turned around somewhat here tonight? Will Bray Wyatt and Braun Strowman pick up the win and be next in line for either the Authors of Pain or AJ Styles and Shawn Michaels? We're about to find out. One thing's for certain though, neither team's going to play nice with the other. Both teams are on good momentum, especially the Four Horsemen after Survivor Series. Are they next in line? Can Apollo Crews and Roderick Strong work together as they have done before? Or was Bray Wyatt's threat a little too real? And will it come true here tonight? We're underway here with this one. Wyatt and Crews starting things off much the same as it was. It's a repeat of the match that we saw in ECW. And look at how Wyatt's getting underway right away. 2 quick covers on Apollo Crews, trying to get into the head of the young athlete. And here goes Wyatt now, exploding away with strikes early on onto Apollo Crews. There's one thing that Wyatt can do. He can manipulate a mind, he can get under your skin, and he can force you to make the biggest mistakes possible. And just when you get angry, just when you get all pent up and ready to explode on Bray Wyatt, he'll tag in the monster among men on the outside. Braun Strowman will make his way into the ring and change everything up in an instant. Look at the strength of Apollo Crews early on. Able to show his own ability there, but here comes the Messiah of the backbreaker. Roddy Strong tagged in here, and Roddy right away with a good counter. Flapjack to the running Wyatt, and here goes Roddy Strong now. It could be a good night for the Four Horsemen as well. A victory here and a victory later on, and they could be heading home with their own piece of the gold, the Cruiserweight title. We'll just have to find out who else may step up to the open challenge in that one. Bray Wyatt, though, moved out of the way of that, and Roddy Strong at a hard drop kick, and oh no. Well, here we go. This is where the match changes, and not for the good. Braun Strowman is in this one now. The monster among men is ready to fight. Strowman, oh my god. When Bray Wyatt wants a situation resolved, he sends out Braun Strowman, and he's done that right here, right now. But look at this by Roddy Strong. German suplex to Strowman. He's not backing down here. Absolutely incredible to witness by Roddy Strong there. Strong looking to fly there with look for a big splash onto Strowman, who pulls out just as big as a reversal. And a power slam there. Just a standing one, almost trying to set Roddy Strong in. Set him up, really, for that running power slam later. But that's not going to happen right now, because here comes Apollo Crews. Hit that second clothesline, but Strowman's up first and clatters him down. Think about that. Apollo Crews is a man we know for his speed, and he was just beaten back up to his feet by Braun Strowman. And with Roddy Strong recovering on the outside here, this is not where he wants to be, at the hands of a beatdown now, courtesy of Braun Strowman. Another big spine buster there. And Braun Strowman is off to the races right now. We're just pummeling into his opponent. Sidewalk slam there. Down goes Crews. This one very quickly turned into a Wyatt family matchup. Cruz counters and sends him back into the turnbuckle there. Could this be a smart idea? Oh, it won't be. Caught with a strike there by Wyatt. Cruz is going to send... Look at how Cruz is able to turn the match over to his favour, though. Drags them towards the Four Horsemen corner and tags Roddy back in here. Maybe this is a plan of action by the Four Horsemen. Quick tags in and out to try and make life easier for them, but oh. That was quickly stopped. Quick tags and getting the work done. I mean, they've been quick tags, but they haven't exactly got much work done in between it. Tag made now. Bray Wyatt will come back in this one. Utterly destructive by Braun Strowman so far as he tags his way out of this one. With Wyatt in now. Can he continue the work that the man on the outside started? Or will the Four Horsemen be able to turn this match around for themselves? Something they need to do urgently right now after the beatdowns both men have obtained courtesy of the man on the outside right now. Bray Wyatt must be incredibly happy about what he saw when he was watching on, seeing the man that is Braun Strowman just beating down his opponents. And that's the same, to be fair, has continued on from Wyatt here, just pummeling into them, just giving Roddy Strong no room for a break, but Strong able to find a slight opening. Big knee and a lariat there. If I was Strong, I would make the tag into Cruz here and let him run wild, maybe. Cruz wants the tag. Roddy, though, not looking at it right now. He's looking on something else in mind here. Up from the second rope, and oh, a big forearm shot will send Wyatt down. Now this time Roddy Strong tags out here. Apollo Crews comes in. And what could we see from the youngster? We could see a whole lot of strength. Deadlift, German suplex. Look at that by Crews. Into the cover, but Wyatt's all kind of tangled up in the ropes. And Apollo Crews is feeling the momentum as he makes the he has made the tag in here now, and you can feel the momentum as well start to shift in this one. Something's starting to go a little bit more favourable to the ways of the Four Horsemen here. Wyatt getting in those moves, but Apollo Crews is able to hold him at bay when he needs to. Bray Wyatt also in the corner of the Four Horsemen right now, and he's not really doing a good job of getting himself out of it. Big ol', what an enziguri there by Apollo Crews. Could that be a great opening here for the Horsemen? Could this be something that could will them on to victory? Twisting neck breaker there by Crews as he continues his work here. Strowman wants in. Strowman almost needing to get in this one now in his mind. Crews continuing on here. Up in the back suplex. Transitions around into the power bomb, but he doesn't go for the cover. No, now he does. He wanted a stronger cover maybe. Hooking the leg this time round. In he goes, and look at how quickly Braun Strowman broke that one up. Pushes Strong away. Decks him with a clothesline. And now goes after Apollo Crews. In the corner is Crews and run into, courtesy of Braun Strowman. And Braun Strowman in just a matter of moments cleaned house and has left this a very open situation for both men here. Wyatt trying to get up to his feet. Both men are just down here. Crews with no one to tag into yet, and it's Crews is able to get up to his feet first and go right up to that top rope. Strowman though, look at how he's stopping that one and saving Bray Wyatt once more. If one thing became apparent from what we just saw, Braun Strowman's hungry and he wants back in this one. And Wyatt's not going to deny him the opportunity to. Here comes the monster among men yet again. Crews denying it though this time round. Or he's trying to. No way. Back suplex by Crews. And look at that. He's taken a moment to realize just how incredible that bit of strength was. But Strowman is still up on his feet. Strowman still standing here relatively easily. Look at that, just flung him halfway across the ring. That was easy. He certainly made a look at it as well. Launches Crews into the corner and he doesn't even go after him. He wants Strong, it seems. And he'll get Strong. Oh, only to send him into the into his tag team partner and to bring them both colliding into one another. Braun Strowman, he may well be a monster among men, but he is a man with a great game plan at the same time. A side dropping powerbomb there, and I think I know what this may well be setting up to. It may well be setting up to the Wyatt family as the #1 contenders. Running power slam. Strowman into the cover and rope break. That was not because Strong was in the ropes, but because Strowman was in the ropes. He was hanging on the bottom rope there. The referee had to call that rope break. Strong was trying to find an opening there after that one, but it was not to be. Just still getting pummeled into there. Strowman tags out once more, and it's amazing how in just a little amount of time, how quickly this match is turned around and how much damage Strowman can do. Wyatt looked like he was looking for someone that could end it there, perhaps looking for Sister Abigail there. Denied by Roddy Strong. Maybe there's some life still in the Messiah of the Backbreaker. Maybe there's some life still breathing in the Four Horsemen here. Kick in the gut now, and Wyatt trying to explode away there with strikes. Roddy stops him. Big shot. They'll put him up against the ropes. And he sends him to the outside here. Roddy Strong is going to take big flight here. Going to take, high risk with a drop kick through the ropes. But now look where he's ended up. He's ended up out here with Strowman. But Roddy Strong, deadlift back suplex. There's just deadlift in itself. Deadlift power by Braun Strowman. Just launched him up there like he was nothing. And Bray Wyatt's not doing the greatest job of recovering right now. The count continuing on here. We're up to 5 here. Strowman gave him a great opening to recover, but he's given the same opportunity to Roddy Strong as well. Wyatt, though, launching himself into the ring. I'm not too sure how wise of an idea this is to go after Braun Strowman. He's clubbering into his back, and a backstabber as well to try and send Strowman on his way. Roddy's going to try and fight the Wilt here. In the turnbuckle we go. Tag made into Apollo Crews, and a double backstabber to Wyatt now. Into the cover goes Apollo Crews to become #1 contenders. They almost had it. Kick out there. Strowman is still recovering on the outside there, as you just saw. This is not good for Bray Wyatt. He's on his own right now against both members of the Four Horsemen. The tides have turned in this one. Oh, no, never mind. Strowman's up on his feet again. Well, that was quick. Gut-wrench suplex there by Apollo Crews as he still tries to give an opening, still tries to get victory here. Standing shooting star press by Crews. There's the incredible agility of this man. A near-perfect athlete. Crews continuing on here maybe. Wyatt stops a big punch in the gut there to finally give him an opening. He was looking for that for some time, and he's got to make the tag into Strowman once more. Say what you will there about, about how destructive the Wyatt family can be. The Four Horsemen just tested that to the limit. But Braun Strowman back in the ring now. This is where it may well end up turning back in the favour of the Four Horsemen. Crews, though, elbowing his way out of it. Caught with a kick in the gut and countered by Crews. Look at that there. Strowman able to be countered twice, and Strowman could be in trouble. Wyatt, though, launching himself into the ring, takes the ref out. Tag made into Strong, and this one's just breaking down in the ring right now. Wyatt taken out, though, by Crews. He's up to his feet. Wyatt getting all kinds of worked over here, but he left a little opening. He thought he had taken care of Bray Wyatt. But Wyatt countering his way out there. Drop kick to Strowman, who also has to go outside of the ring. Nearly everyone down here. Roddy Strong well and truly fighting the world right now. Into a desperate cover there. He goes, and he should have known better than going for the cover. He got out of that one way too quick. Strowman and Strong the only man up in this match right now. And he could be going for a big running kick here. And oh my goodness. He had it in mind, but Braun Strowman denied it. Ducked the clothesline though. Did Roddy Strong, and the opening is still there. I don't know what it is about Strong, but the later you get into a match, the more he's able to do. What the hell am I looking at by Roddy Strong there? That's inhumane to pull off something like that. And this is a smart idea now by Strong, taking care of the legs there of Braun Strowman, trying to take away his stance, trying to take away the danger that Braun Strowman represents. And Cruz is going to try again here for this back suplex, interrupted by Wyatt the first time, and stopped by Strowman the second time. Strowman, club ring blow to the back. Oh no, 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 it's there. Here it comes. Running power slam. Into the cover he goes. Strong is slow into the ring, but oh, Strong breaks it up. Wyatt missed the clothesline. It's all breaking down right now. That should have been it. Into another cover, there goes Strowman. That's smart is what that is. There's two, and Cruz kicks out at two. And Cruz is getting up to his feet as well. He is still showing some fight here, and he decks him with a big time clothesline. And I don't think that was wise there by Cruz one bit to take a moment out there. He had Strowman down, but oh, he's countering him now. Big DDT there. Standing shooting star press once more, and Worry now can hit the Wyatt family. We could see something mega from Cruz. Oh my god, Cruz has busted open Strowman. Cruz has busted open Strowman, but Wyatt has to be tagged in here now. Desperation hitting both sides. Neck breaker there by Cruz. Wyatt up to his feet, and oh, Cruz is down. Cruz though back up, and Cruz is countering now his way out of this one. Look at the strength of Cruz now, with Wyatt up on his shoulders. Caught him with the gorilla press. Follows up, moonsault. That could be it. Cover by Cruz with 1, 2, and oh, it's done it. The four horsemen are the #1 contenders to the tag team titles. The four horsemen will be next in line for the ECW Tag Team titles. Say what you will about them. Say that maybe they are not next in, maybe they are not the champions. Say what you will, doubt them all you want. The four horsemen just went a totally different way to proving their values. They have to fight tooth and nail there to win this one, and it has paid off. They are your new #1 contenders, and they will fight the winners of the Authors of Pain and AJ Styles and Shawn Michaels later on tonight. What a win there. And the night got even worse for the Wyatt family. Incredible. Absolutely incredible. Well, there we go. Great night for the four horsemen so far, but could it continue on? Up next, will Rich Swann become the Cruiserweight Champion, or will one of the random candidates in this open challenge take part, or will Neville prove to be the king and hold on to his belt? We'll find out up next. One other thing I think that should be mentioned coming out of that is the comeback there by Apollo Crews at the end of that one. How he was able to pull that one off. This just goes to show you that this guy really is natural talent, natural born athlete. And what he possesses, it's just out of this world, really. It's incredible to witness. And, yeah, the four horsemen, I think, have an absolute star in Apollo Crews on their hands. But they also have what could be, well, they may have a star, but they also have a sensation in Rich Swann, the dancing sensation that he is, and the man who could well be the next Cruiserweight Champion here tonight. Rich Swann was on the verge of becoming Cruiserweight Champion a few weeks ago, if not for the blatant disqualification by Neville. Neville demanded this matchup. He said he wanted to prove that he's the best Cruiserweight once more by, he is the true king of the Cruiserweights by hosting this open challenge. I said that's fine, but Rich Swann has to be in the matchup. And with Rich Swann here, we're going to find out who else is going to be in this one. And first out is a man who we've been waiting to see since his debut for some time. And a man who could well walk out with the Cruiserweight Championship here. It is gentleman Jack Gallagher. Finally back in action. Took him long enough. He's finished up his indie dates and he's ready to make a name for himself. This one is going to be an interesting one already, with Jack Gallagher involved. Of course, I don't know what kind of match this could be. It could just be Gallagher and then Neville could come out. It could be another guy and then Neville could come out. It can be another 3 guys after this one and then Neville could come out. It could be another 6 or something along those lines. It could be as far as, there could be as much as 8 men up into this matchup, and there could be right now as little as 3. We don't know right now, and that is what makes this matchup that little bit more worrying maybe for Neville to have to endure. He does not know his opponent. He does not know who he's going to be facing. He has to absolutely, he has to just guess, really. And Jack Gallagher warming up in the ring, and here comes, finally, been waiting for him to make his debut for some time as well. Also to the Cruiserweight division, Drago heads towards the ring. Picked him up on Raw, picked him up from Raw a few weeks ago, and finally here tonight he will make his debut. And what a debut it is for Drago, with a chance of becoming the Cruiserweight Champion. That is something he can be proud of. That is something that is incredible to think about, really, for him. Welcome to ECW, Drago. Let's see if you can prove why there is hype surrounding you and why you are worth all the hype. Well, this one, these 3 contenders are looking pretty damn big. These 3 are looking worrying, I would argue, even to an extent, for Neville. Are there going to be any others coming out? There will not. It is now the Cruiserweight Champion who makes his way out. Neville knows his opponents and knows what he's got to deal with. Is this going to be a match where the king will be dethroned, or will Neville overcome another batch of attackers to his kingdom and walk out still the Cruiserweight Champion? That would be a tall order for Neville to pull off. He's done it before. Can he do it again? That is the real big question to ask in this one. We're about to find out right now, but one thing's for certain about Neville, and that is that he has held that Cruiserweight Championship for over 5 months for a reason. 4 months, sorry. It is not just a matter of he has resorted to matters of getting himself disqualified, because he hasn't. He's only done it that one occasion. He is just that damn good. He is the king of the Cruiserweights for a reason in his mind, because there is no one who can come close to him. And to be fair, for the most part, that stands true. DIY combined came up against Neville and couldn't pull it off. We've seen Rich Swann try and do it before and he couldn't pull it off. We've seen, who else have we seen? We saw a 6-man ladder match, something that no Cruiserweight champion, when they'd been put in, had ever defended their title in before. But Neville defended his championship in it. There have been a great deal of opponents to step up to Neville, and there have been a great deal to fall. Question here tonight is, will these 3 men also fall to this man here? Well, is there going to be let's see if the target is going to be on Neville. Gallagher went right for him, but Neville equally went right for Gallagher as well, flooring him down there. What a hurricanrana by Drago right off the bat. Of course, with this being a multi-man match, the same rules apply. Falls count anywhere. No DQ, no countouts. Anyone can do anything to try and win that title, and the last time that Neville was in this fatal 4-way, he absolutely did. He took a chair to the men in the matchup. And he may well do the same here tonight. Don't count out the king of the Cruiserweights taking desperate measures to retain his title. Drago getting off to a great start right now, to be fair, against Rich Swann, and beautiful hurricanrana, and Neville snaps into a quick cover, which Swann will break up, and Gallagher will flip into a cover of his own. Ref, do you want to count it? Referee a little bit confused right now. Drago, please. Please, Drago, do it. Thank you. Well, that was about a 7 count. Jack Gallagher just got robbed of the title by useless refereeing. But now Drago is going to go after Gallagher, and Neville and Swann are going to get it on you for round 2 in this one. Imploder 450 there by Neville. Into the cover already, trying to retain the title, and he got a 2 count. This early on. Gallagher pulling out a reversal. Big power bomb there. And now here goes Rich Swann with a few moves of his own. Leg DDT. Nice suplex there by Jack Gallagher, all things considered. He's giving Drago the right welcome into ECW. Great bit of work there by Swann to get himself out of that famous carry. Tornado DDT, and the champ goes down. Neville trying to crawl himself into a turnbuckle there, get an opening. Meanwhile, what are we going to see here? From both men, really. Neville up on the shoulder. What the hell is happening over there? Neville hung out to dry on the ropes. Drago caught booted right in the arse by Jack Gallagher. A very interesting move by Gallagher, all things considered. Look at this high angle cloverleaf here by Rich Swann. Oh, that is going to do some damage. Neville's going to be feeling the pain of that one, but he forces Swann back just a little bit to give him some a little bit of opening. Tilt-a-whirl DDT, and Swann goes down. And Neville was really tied up in that one, and here comes the steel chair now into the mix. I said, would Neville do it? And the answer is yes, it seems. Yes, he will. First to Drago. And he's continuing the shots there onto him. Now to Swann. All 3 men are down, and the King is the only one who stands at this moment in time. Spinning kick in the gut there, and a drop kick, and a sliding kick more so than anything to follow up there. Drago clothesline down now. I know he ran right into the path of Rich Swann there, and Swann makes him pay with a Falcon Arrow. Rich Swann into the cover now, trying to win the title with it. Only a 1 count. Well, with that chair in the ring, it may get a little bit more interesting, but will Neville be the only man who chooses to use it in this matchup? Neville with a snap made there, and oh, a big kick in the back. And Drago using the miss to his advantage there. That could give him a big opening. Gallagher could well be blinded by it right now. Not have a clue what's going on. But Gallagher's still trying to fight, as is Drago. Both sides showing a lot of fight right now. Oh, what a move there by Drago. That scoop slam crossroads that we've seen by a lot of people. Rich Swann with another back suplex on the outside there. And oh, the roundhouse kick by Rich Swann. And a headbutt there by Gallagher. It's all breaking down now. Everyone looking to do anything to try and become the champion. Great counter though by Neville there, and into the announce table now goes Rich Swann, and oh, there goes his head again, courtesy of the champion. Looks as if we're going to get all 4 parties back in the ring here. And a reverse Hurricanrana there will send Jack Gallagher down. Uh-oh. What's Drago got in mind here? He's got something in mind, that's for certain. Crucifix there. And one thing's for certain, it is laid out. It is laid out Jack Gallagher with it. Neville counters Drago though. Rich Swann not getting up to his feet. No way. No way he's going to be able to pull this one off. Neville with the opening. Up high. Shooting star press. He was thinking Red Arrow, but I think he saw that everyone was starting to get up to their feet, and he second guessed himself. And here we go now with all 4 parties in the ring. This could really go any way. It's going to be difficult to try and secure a pinfall. Well, never mind. I guess that just took a swift change with McIntyre. McIntyre? Nope, he's later on tonight is what he is. With Swann and Neville going on the outside. And oh my goodness, that's going to do some damage. Back in the ring, meanwhile, look at this by Drago. Big quick comeback there from the man looking to win the Cruiserweight title on his debut here in ECW. Neville, meanwhile, on the outside, taking care of Rich Swann here. Just beating into him there. Looks like he's trying to take Swann out of the equation right now. Returning into the ring here. Big time counter there by Jack Gallagher. And back suplex counter there by Drago. Down he goes though to an Enziguri. Neville now with Jack Gallagher. Gallagher counters his way out of the tilt-a-whirl DDT. Everyone trying to do whatever it takes here. And Gallagher making them pay. Big time headbutt. Could this be something that sends Jack Gallagher on his way to the Cruiserweight Championship here? Into the corner goes Neville now. The champ in trouble. The drop kick by Gallagher. Into the cover he'll go, and Swan is right there to break it up. That was incredible thinking there by Swan to get right on the end of that and make sure that nothing could happen. Neville, though, still seems a bit dazed right now. Maybe not. Counter there by Neville, and he stops that cover from happening, but leaves himself open into Gallagher once more. Counters Gallagher's attempts, though, and a big drop kick back in the ring will sort that out. And Neville now going up to the top rope here. Could we see it? Could Neville sneak in a win here behind their backs? Well arrow to Gallagher, and the cover after it to try and retain the title here. There's two, and oh, Gallagher kicked out. And look who is left standing here. Swan and Neville. The two men that this match has basically been centered around are the final are the two men standing right now. There's the roundhouse kick. Could this be the move that makes him champion? No, Drago broke it up, it seems. All four men trying to do anything here. I think Drago just nailed the crucifix, but it was quickly broken up there. Something needs to happen here. I think we need two parties to go on the outside if we want to see a chance of victory being made in this one. There is just too much going on in this ring to try and bring it to an end. Neville, meanwhile, is still down in this one. Swan going to go up to the top rope. I think he was looking for the Phoenix Splash this entire time, and he's going to go for it here. Oh, he was, but oh my goodness, what is Drago doing here, meanwhile, in the ring? Rolling through repeatedly with Gallagher in his clutches. Cover now, broken up. Oh, what a kick there to the face of Rich Swann. Getting back up to his feet slowly. But Neville pummeled into him there. Swan with a counter. Rolls through there with a sunset flip. Can he win the title with it? There's one. No, Drago makes the save and somehow, somewhere along the lines, decked the referee as well. Swan with Neville up against the ropes now. Looking for something here. It's going to be a leaping cut to here, and down goes Neville. The champ in trouble yet again. And what will Swan look for now? Has him in his clutches. Brings him down. Nice Falcon Arrow, all things considered. Beautifully hit there by Swan, as we see on the replay. Swan can try for a cover all he wants. The referee is still down right now. And Drago on the outside here, planting down Jack Gallagher. Swan. Tiger Bomb. Oh, Gallagher dumping Drago there on the barricade. Nice Tiger Bomb there. Looking to try and win the title with it, but it's quickly kicked out. Neville gets out of the way there of that one. And oh, it looks like everyone's about to return to the ring. And Drago, what is he going to do here to Gallagher in the ring? Meanwhile, outside of the ring, Neville still beating down on Rich Swann, giving him no time to recover. Neville, he better get back in the ring, because the crucifix just got struck by Drago. Cover here, and Neville saw it, quickly breaking that one up. Has Drago? No, Drago counters. Tilt-a-will. Oh, Tilt-a-will's sidewalk slam there, something like that. I don't know. By Drago, and now he's going after Rich Swann and plants him down. Everyone down but Drago. Could this be the opening that he needs to win the Cruiserweight title here? Gallagher's slowly getting up to his feet right now. And the champion trying to rush up to his feet as quick as he can as well. Counter by Swan. And they're going to go to the outside, it seems. Something planned there. Swan now looking for a big move here. Back suplex on the apron. Down on Drago was certainly feeling the effects of that one. Roundhouse kick on the outside by Swan. Doesn't go for the cover though after it. Meanwhile in the ring, Gallagher and Neville still being fairly competitive with one another. Anyone could win this matchup right now, it is looking like. There's the headbutt again by Jack Gallagher. The champ is in big trouble here. Neville moves out of the way of that one. And a big step up in Zagiro for Gallagher. Can he give him some breathing room here? That's something about this fatal four-way. No one's really had a chance to catch their breath in it. It has been strenuous throughout it all. Drago, sunset flip, and Neville right there to break it up. And back in the ring, and with all four members back in the ring, Neville with a tilt-a-will DDT there onto It looked as if Drago was looking for something there on Callihan. Well, Neville wasn't allowing it. The mist in the face of Rich Swann now. Could have set up for something here. Tilt-a-whirl. Sidewalk slam once more. And Neville floors all the parties with that one. Everyone down right now. And Neville's going to go to the top rope. Will he be able to hit it? Right arrow on Swann. And the cover here to try and retain the title. There's one, there's two, and Swann kicks out as well. Neville must be furious at this. How hasn't he put this match to rest yet? Look at this now by Drago. Lovely work there. Callihan sent to the outside. Down goes Drago again, and look at this, Neville trying to steal the cover from Rich Swann, trying to retain the title from Drago's move, and we almost had him. Late kick out at 2. And look at this now, Neville, desperation really sinking in, rolls up Drago here to try and retain the title, and we almost had it again. The champ is trying to do anything here to retain this title. Plants him there with a back suplex, but look at this. Everyone is up on their feet, and Neville's almost got to fight off everyone here. And he is sending them all down. Credit where credit's due. The King is taking no slack. The King is going all out here to retain his title. Went for that spinning kick, drop kick combo. Swann counters it. Tilt-a-whirl. DDT there, and I just realized Neville's busted open in this one. Neville busted open pretty heavily now. Look at this. Swann and Callihan both going for Neville, but he's able to get back up to his feet here. I think Drago wants a piece of him as well. They're all going after the champ here. Big clothesline decks Callihan in the outside of the ring. Drago, meanwhile, in the ring, looking for something. Countered by Swann into a sunset flip, and it's broken up by Neville. Down goes Callihan once more. And Swann now with Drago up on his shoulders. Meanwhile, look at this. Look at this. Neville trying to take advantage here with the Rings of Saturn on Callihan. Trying to make sure no one will pay attention. Callihan submits. Callihan submits. And Neville retained the title. Swann turned his back. And Neville used it to his advantage to retain his Cruiserweight title here. And he looks awfully smug about himself. That was smart, if anything, by Neville. He saw an advantage and he took it. And as a result of that, the King remains still the Cruiserweight Champion. What is next for Neville? Who is next for Neville? He has vanquished almost all sides. You could say he's not done with Swann yet, but Swann, to make a mistake like that in this match is pretty significant. Neville, your winner. And it just proves that a majority of the people, even the likes of Callihan, who only recently made his debut, are not on the Neville level. There is your Cruiserweight Champion, and there is the man who is seemingly unstoppable right about now. And we're going to move on to our next contest here. We've seen one title change hands, we just saw one title retained, but could another title change hands here? It is up next. We're going to see the tag team matchup, the Authors of Pain against Shawn Michaels and AJ Styles. AOP head into this with a huge advantage as they have taken apart Michaels and Styles repeatedly and individually. Is this the part where Paul Ellering writes the last chapter in the book that grants the Authors of Pain the tag team titles, or will the Phenomenal One and the Heartbreak Kid find a way to overcome one of their biggest challenges yet? We'll find out up next. Well, with that all being said, one title's changed hands and one title hasn't. It's split 50-50 down the middle right now in terms of the championships, but will this one change around? Are the Authors of Pain on their way to the ECW Tag Team titles and to a match down the line with the Four Horsemen? You look at everything that's gone on in the weeks leading up to this, and you gotta say, it has been all the way of the Authors of Pain. Even before they were named #1 contenders, they picked up a non-title win over the champions. The fact that they were able to pull that one off speaks volumes for itself, really. And now here tonight, we'll see if they can maintain that, and if they will head out of Guilty as Charged here tonight as the new ECW Tag Team Champions. The Bobby Roode one was surprising. If this one is to happen, it was almost be expected. Akam and Razor, two men who have tormented the tag team division and have tormented it further since the arrival of Paul Ellering to their side. The man who has accompanied them and the man who has told them what to do. It was Paul Ellering's mindset and genius that has made sure that AJ Styles and Shawn Michaels heads into this one nowhere near 100%. AJ Styles laid out a week and a half ago backstage by Akam, speared into a TV set. Shawn Michaels decimated this past ECW in a 2-on-1 handicap match, laid out following the last chapter, and the big question to ask now is, will the last chapter strike again, and will it cause new ECW Tag Team Champions? Akam and Razor have been through pretty much everyone there is but the champions. Of course, well, you can argue they haven't been through the Wyatt family because they haven't, but it is not the Wyatt family they have to worry about. It is AJ Styles and Shawn Michaels here tonight, and is the four horsemen, should they walk out of Guilty as Charged here tonight as the new ECW Tag Team Champions. But here comes AJ Styles. Here comes the Grand Slam champion. Here comes the phenomenal one, heading towards the ring, looking to hold on to those titles, looking to settle a score that he has with the Authors of Pain. They started this one, and for sure you know that AJ Styles wants to end this one. Make sure it's a phenomenal forearm, anything along those lines, to bring the titles home with AJ Styles and Shawn Michaels once more. Styles and Michaels won the titles back at the last ECW exclusive pay-per-view, Anarchy Rules, and they're looking to retain them here tonight in what will be their second title defense, maybe? I actually don't know for certain about that one, but this one is not going to be an easy one at all. That's one thing. That is one thing I can easily say, is this one's not easy. Can they overcome the Authors of Pain, though? They have the experience, and in their short time as a tag team, they've obviously been able to pull off a lot of success. I mean, after all, they are holding the tag team titles, and in this stacked tag team division, that speaks volumes for what they've been able to pull off. Shawn Michaels looking to, in his own right, get revenge for what happened on ECW. Look to drive the Authors of Pain down to the mat, Curtis, with a little bit of sweet chin music for them. Shawn Michaels, he loves to play his tunes, and we'll see if he'll be playing one here tonight on Akam and Razor, and will his song be playing at the end of it as they hold on to their tag team titles after a long-fought battle. We're about to find out. I mean, honestly, you want to go with Authors, you look in and you think this is just going to be Authors of Pain, but you want it to be AJ Styles and Shawn Michaels. You want it to be the guys that have been relatively beaten down. You want it to be those underdogs. And especially with the namesake of AJ Styles and Shawn Michaels, you want it to be them, just so you can celebrate the victory they'll achieve. But with the Authors of Pain, you know it's not going to be easy. That's the nicest way of putting it. It will not be an easy affair for the challengers here if they want to walk out with those tag team titles. They're going to have to do everything within their power and more. All of the ability within them, the greatness that they represent, and the talent that they have in spades, they will have to use all of it if they want to beat the Authors of Pain. I'm not trying to say the Authors of Pain are better wrestlers than these two guys. They're just powerhouses. They're just machines. They are bricks, essentially. They are what will happen. They are basically, a nice way of putting it, they are Braun Strowman in their own right. Whether or not they are two Braun Strowmans maintains to be seen. That's an argument for another day, I guess you could say. But one thing's for certain, they can run through anyone and everyone as if they were Braun Strowman. And AJ Styles using that to his advantage right off the bat there, trying to get a quick start against Akam, who will start this one off, and that was very, very quickly stopped. And here we go now. Let's see what will happen between the teams in this one. Let's see what will happen in the early stages, and let's see what will happen as this match progresses on further. Akam Look at those strikes there early on, just decimating them into AJ Styles. The Phenomenal One, though, quick to fight back with a suplex there. What else will he do in this moment? He's going to send him into the turnbuckle and already looking for an early tag into Shawn Michaels, which is denied by Akam. Now can AJ Styles do the same and deny a tag in? No, he can't. Razor tagged in here. And look at this now. What are they going to do here? Big boot into a sidewalk slam. That'll get him off to a destructive start. Shawn Michaels was looking for the tag there, and Razor had no intentions of letting him have it. Good counter there, though, by AJ Styles. Counter back, though, by Razor. Styles trying to use his speed here, but Razor is just meeting him in every sense with power. And destructive power as well. In the turnbuckle goes AJ Styles once more, and the tags being made here between the Authors of Pain is what could bring them the titles, is what could bring them success. Double gutbuster there, and AJ Styles will go down. And here we go now with Akam as the legal man. Will we see more damage being done? We'll see a Pele kick by Styles, and that could be an opening for the Heartbreak Kid to get in on this one. Akam already getting up to his feet. And Styles, though, has tagged out. Michaels is in. Oh, and he's not getting off to a good start. Dumped there with a back body drop. It's amazing to think you get all the momentum on your side. You got the crowd gearing for you. You got the crowd wanting you to be victorious in this one. But the reality does start to set in. And then you start to realize who you're in the ring with and what you've got to do to try and win. Shawn Michaels has been tagged in and he hasn't got a move in so far. He has been destroyed. But, well, somehow he found an opening there. I think Razor just made a genuine mistake. And that could be a mistake that Shawn Michaels looked to capitalize on. Looking for some simple strikes there, and it's countered. Razor looks for a belly-to-belly, though, and Michaels counters it now. Is this where we can see a potential resurgence, see an opening in this one? Big shot there, and Razor goes down. But back down goes Shawn Michaels after it. Only for a small while does he have a little bit of control in this one. Scoop slam down there and he's crawling. Styles wanted back in, and here comes the Phenomenal One. Big clothesline and Razor goes down, and a big drop kick as well. AJ Styles is fired up and ready to go here. Styles has got himself back in this one, and he is all ready to go, all fighting. Cover by Styles here to try and win, to try and retain the titles, and it was not happening. Razor, not only did he shrug off the frog splash, but he shrugged off the kick as well, and down went AJ Styles once more. This is back to an Authors of Pain kind of matchup. In the turnbuckle, Styles stops him. And a big Russian leg sweep here. Man, AJ Styles has walked back into this match now, and all of a sudden, he's got it all going for him. Neck breaker now by the Phenomenal One. Michaels back up on the apron as well. The Tag Team Champions are back, maybe with all cylinders firing away. Look at the strength there, but oh, Razor stops it. And a big time shoulder tackle will send him down there. That was not an easy moment there. That was almost a worrying moment for the contenders. But here we go, back in comes Akam. And look at how quickly they just stop the game. Look at how quickly they just are able to stop AJ Styles. He was firing away there, all cylinders going for the most part, and then just stopped in an instant. But maybe I was wrong. Styles pulls out the reversal there. Neck breaker. And AJ Styles is going once more. Now a back breaker to Akam. And I think what we need to see between these two guys is some tag team offense now. I think we need to see these guys doing what the Authors of Pain have done an awful lot of in this one. That's working together. AJ Styles off the ropes now. Big time lion salt. Looked as if Styles maybe wanted to tag out to Michaels, but Michaels saw otherwise. Maybe Michaels thought that he should let Styles continue on because Styles was doing so well. I'm not too sure what the reasoning behind that one was, but whatever it was, it has meant that AJ Styles is still able to keep going here, and he's still going in control. Nice move there. Will he make the tag into Shawn Michaels? What is he looking to... He was walking around really awkwardly there. Tag made, though, into Michaels now. Michaels, can he get something going for himself here? Look at the strength now of Shawn Michaels, holding him up on his shoulder. Oh, look at that. That is what it means to be champion. The fight, the drive, the determination at all times. That is what brings you to always wanting to hold the gold. Michaels is going to go up to the top rope here. Will he look for the elbow drop? Indeed he will, and he gets it. The elbow drop by Michaels. A prelude. No, Paul Ellering distracting the referee. Ellering thinking thinking almost like a genius, I guess you could say, as he decides to distract the referee and give an opening for Akam. Big boot there into the gut now by Akam. Michaels with a reversal. This match still wide open right now, but oh, the Authors of Pain might be looking to try and shut that door. The Authors of Pain might be looking for victory here. But Shawn Michaels still able to pull out the counter, sending Akam into the turnbuckle now. Ellering getting involved. But I don't think Akam can get up to his feet right now. He is struggling. And Michaels might well make it an even worse feeling to try and get up to his feet. Michaels tuning up the band. Switching music is countered by Akam. That's brought to a halt. Oh my god. Akam got himself out of the way of that one. And it could be a... Oh, there's a big elbow there that could give him an opening. Another counter though by Akam. And another devastating Russian leg sweep. What will Akam look for now? Could that be the precursor? It will not be, because Michaels ain't allowing it. Michaels tagging in Styles once more. But Styles grasped right from the moment he got in the ring. Sent into the corner of the Authors of Pain. Oh my god, this could be it. The last chapter by the Authors of Pain here. Cover on Styles. Michaels can't make the save, but AJ Styles can still kick at it too. This one ain't over for the tag team champions yet, but it also ain't over for the Authors just yet. Big slam though by Razor. AJ Styles able to fight on, but for how much longer is the key question right about now. How much more can the Phenomenal One give to hold on to those titles? Akam, oh my god! Sorry, Razor even with a big time lariat. He had AJ poised and ready to strike, and he just made that feeling last even longer. In position now, tag made. What are we going to see here from the... Oh my god, another going to the gut yet again of the Authors of Pain here. Pummeling into them. Pummeling into the champion. AJ Styles just being decimated right now. Shawn Michaels still slowly recovering. Finally back up to his feet on the outside. And his tag team partner in the ring, meanwhile, is still able to fight on here. Styles, has he found an opening for himself? Can the Phenomenal One get something going here? I think he's recovering right now, and he needs all of this time. He needs every last bit of time in order to recover after everything that he's been through. Oh, what a strike there. Simple but effective strike by Akam. These two men going back and forth in the reversals now. Akam floors him with a reverse DDT. Shawn Michaels wants in once more though, and the Heartbreak Kid is going to get it. Michaels in, and all right back down. Akam was not interested in that. He was not interested in seeing the Heartbreak Kid try and play his games. That was powerful, is what that was there by Akam. In the corner now is Shawn Michaels, and it's not looking that good for him. What are we going to see now from the Authors of Pain? Into the clutches of Razor, and up into an assisted powerbomb there. Michaels folded inside out. Razor into the cover, hoping it's enough for the titles, and Michaels is still kicking at it too. AJ Styles go right back in the ring there, trying to save his tag team partner, but he was quickly stopped and sent back outside. Michaels now look for an elbow. Razor having none of it, catches him with a stiff forearm. Paul Ellering cheering on his men on the outside as they are etching closer and closer to that tag team title reign that they have been hunting down. And to this, they will thank Paul Ellering, because it looks as if it's imminent. The Authors of Pain with another last chapter. Michaels is down and could well be out. Styles forcing himself back in the ring. But Michaels kicks at it too. How do you fight on after everything? How do you keep going? What drives the champions here to try and retain the titles? They are getting mauled. Michaels is busted open. Can they fight on any longer now is a big question to ask. This is getting almost difficult to watch here. In the corner. Not another one. Yep. Another one. It is. It's a third. Will third time be the charm? That could well be it. Cover here with 1, 2. The Authors of Pain are the new ECW Tag Team Champions. They've done it. They've done it. Oh, come on. Oh, this ain't over though. They've won the titles and they haven't finished. No, what are they? Oh my goodness. The Authors of Pain have not wrapped up one bit. The Tag Team Champions just sent, well, the new ECW Tag Team Champions just sent the former ones on their way, and they seem awfully proud about what they just did. There are your new Tag Team Champions. They choose not to pose with the belt, but rather to beat into the former champions now. Styles and Michaels dethroned, and they gave it every last ounce they could. They gave it all. But there it is. There they are, your new ECW Tag Team Champions, the Authors of Pain. Paul Ellering must be incredibly proud that he has led these two men to the gold. Well, there we go. Victory for AOP. And up next is the Four Horsemen. Well, that was pretty interesting. Our second new tag team champion, our second new champions of the night crowned. And the next two matches will revolve around future opportunities for titles, because coming up next we're going to have a six-man battle royal where the winner will get to choose, will get a title choice of their choosing. Arguably, of course, there are really only two titles they can go for, but maybe there's a way around it that I'll allow. But coming up next, six random men will fight in a battle royal for the right to become the next #1 contender for a title of their choosing. Well, let's see what these six men will do here. Let's see who they're going to be. The first one out is the former ECW Television Champion, and the man who's looking to perhaps go about his way on trying to recapture that title. It's the Lunatic Fringe, Dean Ambrose. And the big question will be, for Ambrose after he wins, what will Ambrose decide? Will he even choose to go for that ECW Television Championship, or will he see something else in the mind of the Lunatic Fringe? Will it be a tag team title reign? Will it be going after his former Shield buddy, Shield brethren in Seth Rollins? There is a lot that could go the way of Dean Ambrose, to be fair. There is a lot of opportunities out there for Lunatic Fringe, and it'll be interesting to see if he can pick up the win and go after them. And of course, it is not Dean Ambrose who is the only man in this match. There are plenty others vying for the same opportunity as him, and here is one of them right now. Chris Jericho, Y2J, who is looking to become the winner as well. Jericho very nearly lost his job on ECW after a little bit of implication I put in place. But he's here. He's at guilty as charged. And if Jericho wins, well, think about it. You've got Strong and Cruz locked in place to go after the Authors of Pain at the, for the tag team titles next. Jericho could decide maybe the television championship would look good on him. Maybe he might get himself involved in the situation. Maybe he might make it a triple threat match at the Royal Rumble for the ECW Championship. Maybe he will do neither and come up with something else in mind. Maybe he'll be generous and gift his championship shot off to Rich Swann for the Cruiserweight title once more. Who knows what Chris Jericho will decide. But the leader of the Four Horsemen is here, and he's looking to try and win. Either for the group or for himself. I guess we don't know what it'll be, but Jericho looking about as ready as ever. Jericho in his zone and ready to do battle here. There we go, we've got two of them. Still some ways to go though before we're anywhere near getting this match underway, and here comes a man who has been geared on trying to get something going for him recently. His tag team partner is still out, and he has been trying to show that he can get something done, trying to prove that Tommaso Ciampa and DIY should not be forgotten. Ciampa will, as he has done to Gargano, every time he fights, he fights for Gargano, he fights for DIY, he fights for his best friend. He does everything to try and make sure that they can do whatever it takes to get the win. You know, to do anything, to just find some success. If Ciampa was to win here, would he hold a tag team opportunity in line for when DIY returns? Would I let him do that? Or would he just go after a different title for himself? We'd have to find out, but of course, like I said, it is all about winning this matchup, and Gargano is the third man out here. We're halfway down, 3 out, 3 to go. Ambrose, Jericho, Ciampa, and oh mama, number 4 in this one is a pretty dangerous one as well. The Samoan submission machine, Samoa Joe, will make his way out in this one. Imagine what this man could think about. Imagine if he was to go for the ECW Championship. Imagine what that would look like. Imagine Roode and Joe squaring off as well. Imagine how incredible that one would be. There are a great deal of things that Joe could do here. Or imagine if Joe went down the unconventional route. Imagine if Samoa Joe found a tag team partner and went toe to toe, head to head with the Authors of Pain. Imagine someone like, Akam and Razor looking across the ring and seeing someone virtually the same as them in Samoa Joe. That would be something to witness. So there we go. There's our 4th man out in this one. And someone who you could argue could even be the favorite. Samoa Joe looking ready. But who else will join us in this one? Number 5, it's gonna be Tetsuya Naito heading towards the ring. A man who has not really been able to find a lot of success as of late. A man who's been kind of stuck around in a little bit of limbo, which is a shame given the talent of this guy. And given all the ability that he has within him, given the fact that he is a former ECW NJPW champion. That speaks volumes for Tetsuya Naito's ability within him, but he has not had the same success since arriving in ECW. But could he turn it around here tonight with a big win and a future title opportunity for him? We'll find out. One thing's for certain, guilty as charged, and Naito have given out future title opportunities. We know who's next in line for the ECW Tag Team titles, and coming up next, we're about to learn the next number 1 contender for the ECW title. A lot being gifted out already, and of course this is one where anyone can pick the match they want to. You know, they can pick whoever they want to, and you have been asking for him. You've been saying, where is he? You've been wondering when he'll show up. Well, now here tonight at Guilty as Charged, he has picked the perfect opportunity to make his name back, to get his name back out there, to make sure everyone remembers the face, to make sure no one forgets the greatest man that ever lived, Austin Aries. And here he is, Aries, finally back in the ring. I don't know why he chose to be away for so long. I don't know what Aries was thinking in that time, but he's back here tonight at Guilty as Charged. And one thing's for certain, we have 6 athletes in this one, all with basically an equal chance of getting the win. We have what? Ambrose. We have 3 former world champions in this matchup. Yep, we do. Ambrose, Joe, and Aries. We have 5 former champions in this ring, all bar Naito won a title. We have 2 Grand Slam champions in this ring in Aries and no, sorry, just Aries. Aries is the only Grand Slam champion in this ring. And I think he's the only Triple Crown champion as well. I believe he would be. Well, we're underway here. This one has gone underway. And here we go. 6-man battle royal. You know how it goes. Over the top rope, you are eliminated. The final man standing in the ring will be the one who gets to pick a title opportunity of his choosing down the line. Ciampa early on, trying to huff out the lunatic fringe here. And Ambrose is looking like he's doing a good job of hanging on in that one, as will Joe in the corner. Here he's trying to get some strikes going on there, and look at that in the background there with Tetsuya Naito and Chris Jericho going at it. That's one hell of a match right there between 2 great athletes. Jericho going to try and huff out Naito here. Whoever goes first will be a pretty big elimination for them, and it was almost Naito there. Ambrose trying to hold on the outside. Tetsuya Naito staying in. Ciampa now will go after Austin Aries. Very interesting to see that. And Joe with a little bit of free time will take the opportunity to get the crowd on his side maybe. It was amazing. I was surprised that no one decided to go after Ambrose there. They just kind of left themselves to themselves. On the shoulders there. Oh, look at this now. Jericho looking to try and eliminate Joe. That wasn't happening. Aries trying to get Ciampa out of there. Well, he was transitioning an awful lot, but he did nothing to try and eliminate him. What could we see here now? Looked like a very nice thing on paper by Ciampa, but quickly countered by Aries. Oh, Ciampa in trouble there, and oh, Ciampa's out of here. He clung on, but it was an elimination that forces Tommaso Ciampa out of this one. Out he goes, courtesy of Austin Aries, and we are down to 5. And you can tell as he walks to the back now, he is devastated about it. He is not happy with that one bit. Aries now sees Dean Ambrose in his eyes, and oh, big stomp there will get him back in this one. Look at Ciampa just slowly getting himself out of the ring. He is devastated with himself right now. Joe almost gone there. And Chris Jericho trying to continue the elimination there, but Joe stops him. Well, we are down to 5 right now. Tommaso Ciampa, the only man eliminated so far. And oh, there goes Joe. Jericho eliminates Joe. Down to 4. That was a big-time elimination there for Chris Jericho to guarantee himself. And Jericho's out as well. Aries hoofed him over with relative ease. And all of a sudden, 2 men who were looking like the favorites are out of here. We're down to 3 now. Oh, what an interesting turn of events that one was. Oh, Aries teetering. Will he be gone? No, he just about clings himself in there. That would have been retribution for Ciampa. Given that was exactly how Tommaso Ciampa was eliminated. Naito now going after Austin Aries here. Can he eliminate a double? Trying to make sure that it wasn't happening. Big time atomic drop will floor Austin Aries there. And with 3 men left now, could we see Dean Ambrose getting himself involved in this one? He's watching slowly right now, and there we go. Big forearm. Aries going to get a little bit of room to breathe here as Dean Ambrose goes after Tetsuya Naito once more. Big time clothesline. These 2 men have unfinished business in the past. They've had their differences with one another. Aries in trouble. He's in a really precarious position here on the top rope. Ambrose set him up there, and Aries trying to cling on with everything he can, and he does manage to stay in this one. Big forearm shot will send him down as well. Austin Aries will bring Naito back in here with a nice stomp, but oh, puts him in the turnbuckle. Aries trying to stay vigilant, really, trying to give himself, create openings for himself to just guarantee a little bit of safety. but also just going after both men as much as he can. Naito up and over. Gets them right back in the ring, though. Smart idea by Tetsuya Naito, all things considered. And here he's going to bring Dean Ambrose back in. And sends him up and over. Will he send him out? No, Ambrose had enough time to get himself back in the ring here. Aries now looking for the elimination of Tetsuya Naito, looking to make it about himself and Ambrose for that future #1 contendership of their choosing. Will Naito go here? No, he won't. He'll stay in this one. And he looks like you saw they were both going there for Austin Aries. Ambrose in trouble. Big forearm. And there goes Ambrose as well. Aries, what a piece of work that one was by him. He knew he had to get rid of both. He knew he had to get rid of one of these guys because they were both geared on eliminating him. And fair play to him. He did just that. Aries countered though by Naito. Naito looking for something big here. Aries counters it. And he's going to bring him in here. What will Aries look for now? Up in the air. Brainbuster! But Tetsuya Naito stops him taking further control. This is real back and forth in the dying moments of this one between these two men. Both looking to do everything. It is all about doing anything to win here. And Aries is looking like he's got it. Exploder suplex, and Austin Aries is your winner. There you have it. What a return for a double. Makes his return and eliminates 4 people in this one. Only Samoa Joe wasn't huffed out courtesy of Austin Aries. Welcome back indeed for Austin Aries. A double can go now for whichever champion he may find himself wanting to. He has an open shot at anyone. Let's see who he'll go for. It makes it very interesting to say the least. I like the idea of this one. Wow, gotta give credit to what a way to get his name back out there. Lovely work by Austin Aries. He is your winner, and he is a future contender for a title of his choosing. But you want to talk about contenders? Coming up next, we're going to determine the #1 contender for the ECW Championship, coming out of guilty as charged. Sami Callihan and Drew McIntyre. Both guys are young, both guys are fired up, and both guys want to do anything to hold some gold. Who will walk out of this one with a shot at either Seth, Rollins or Baron Corbin? Following guilty as charged, we'll find out up next. This is one of those matches that is well and truly, I think, down the middle. I cannot predict a winner in this one. At the same time, I do not want to predict a winner. These two men are great athletes. These two men are incredible competitors. And I think we're in for a great match no matter what. This isn't one of those matches where you look at it and think, oh, these two men are going to kill each other. They're not. But they will do anything to become the #1 contender. You think about the opportunity at stake here. You think about what this means in the grand scheme of things. They get a shot at the ECW Championship. Could they have been able to get this before? Maybe not. That's the genuine truth of it all. And now here tonight, one of them will get the next shot at the ECW Championship, and that's what helps to make this matchup just so interesting. The fact that it can really just go to either of these guys, and to be fair, both of these guys deserve it. You know, their ability within the ring is second to none. Yes, you could argue maybe some of the guys in the Battle Royal that we just saw, maybe the likes of Samoa Joe deserve it. You know, maybe some people like that, but honestly, I think that we're looking at 2 youngsters here who are destined for success, destined for some kind of glory within them. And here is, here could be the next one in line for that. Drew McIntyre made his debut just a week and a half ago on ECW. Picked up after Raw decided that they had nothing for him anymore. A steal, if you ask me. An out-and-out steal. I don't even remember having to trade away someone for him. We got him with no trading, with no drafting. We just brought him in. Drew McIntyre, hungry for an opportunity to prove himself. And I don't think 2 weeks ago when he was let go from Raw, Drew McIntyre thought he was going to be vying for a shot at the ECW Championship. I don't think Drew McIntyre ever thought he'd be here this quickly with a chance at being next in line for the ECW Championship. But that dream could become a reality here tonight for Drew McIntyre. That chance could indeed happen. for Drew McIntyre, but he's got to go through a man who is just as hungry as him, just as determined as him, and just as always fired up and ready to fight until his very last breath as him in Sami Callihan. These two guys, as I said, great competitors, and that is what makes this match split down the middle. They're so talented within that ring. They're so hungry for success, and they will both go to any extent for victory. This is not a match about brawling. This is not a match about demanding respect because they already have it. This is a match about just getting that championship opportunity. This is a match that proves which one is next in line. Will the respect still be there? Yes. But will the championship opportunity and the chance to show that they deserved that title opportunity be there? Yes. One of these men is going to walk out with it, and really, I couldn't tell you which one it is. Whichever one it is, I'm proud of both of them, and I will be happy to see them representing my brand come the Royal Rumble. We're getting off to a nice little collar and elbow tie-up start here. Some chain wrestling going on now. Drew McIntyre sends him down into a side headlock. Sami Callihan in a bit of trouble here. He negotiates his way out there into a leg lock, and McIntyre kips his way up, and that was a stalemate if I've ever seen one. Great bit of work there by both men, and here goes Drew McIntyre now. His fire within him loading up early on as he starts to try and load strikes onto Sami Callihan. Callihan, though, with a reversal and a suplex there. Oh, the legs of Drew McIntyre colliding into the turnbuckle. Let's see what else Sami Callihan will do early on. Up on the shoulders now is Drew McIntyre, and he's going to get his way out of there. Drew, the much taller, much heavier guy as well. He's about, oh, I don't know, I wouldn't like to estimate. Oh my god, pile driver by McIntyre. I wouldn't like to estimate his height, but I'd say he's easily around the 240, 250 range. Callihan, I would say maybe more around the 220 range, and certainly giving up a good amount of size to Drew McIntyre. Great strength there by Drew. If that's where he's going to win anything, it's going to be his strength. It's going to be his ability to overpower. Look at this. His ability to overpower Sami Callihan. Holy cow. What a belly-to-belly by Drew. Into the cover he goes. And not even a one count, though, as Callihan kicks out. Drew quick to snatch on a chin lock here and just decide where he's going to go next in this matchup. What he's going to do to continue his work here. How he's going to wear down Callihan further. How he's going to get to that eventual future shock and potentially the #1 contendership. Of course, we're talking about the #1 contendership. Well, of course, don't forget the ECW Championship itself is up for grabs up next. So we will find out who will be fighting either Callihan or McIntyre in just after this matchup. I was going to say just a moment, but I think these two matches themselves are going to be quite lengthy ones. Drew moves out of the way, and McIntyre now with a reverse suplex there to Callihan. Lovely move, and he snatches his way right into the cover there. There's a one count, and that's going to be all it is. Callihan shrugs off the kick to the back there, and these two men, say what you will, they've been trading back and forth. Callihan with great strength to plant him down there. And Callihan looking to act with it immediately. He's going to look for the headlock driver here. The move that could send him to the #1 contendership. He nails it. Headlock driver by Callihan. Rolls over into the cover with 1, 2, and oh, McIntyre kicks out. Early days, I think, for Callihan to try and secure a victory with that one. But a great idea at the same time to try and get this one over and done with, hoping for an element of surprise maybe on McIntyre, who rolls his way out of that one. And oh, a huge time clothesline there. Callihan going to take a moment out to recover on the apron. Drew McIntyre, though, oh, ran right into his trap there. Callihan with a great reversal. And he's still continuing on some control here as we get back in the ring. Big time backbreaker to Drew. McIntyre, though, pulls out a reversal of his own. He's got to retaliate a little bit now. He's been hit with a headlock driver from Sami Callihan, and oh, that is one way to respond. The power in that power bomb was just, that looked like it hurt Callihan big time. McIntyre, though, continuing on now and just launching Callihan there, showing off just his strength really and how much of it he possesses. Off the ropes now, elbow. Callihan shrugs it off and responds with a forearm. Nice little suplex there, and McIntyre again reeling a little bit now. Callihan going to go up to the top rope. No, he's going outside of the ring for a second. And McIntyre will join him outside of the ring, it seems. Or not. I think McIntyre just went outside to catch his breath. And making Sami Callihan pay for turning his back on him there with another reverse suplex. Uh-oh. This could be a big-time risk for McIntyre. Big man up on the top rope here. Will this pay off? McIntyre flies with a clothesline. And Callihan goes down. Cover once more by McIntyre here to become the #1 contender. Kick out at 2. At 1 even. My apologies. Drew now lifts him up slowly. And again, the strikes pummeling. Oh my goodness. Look at this now. Reverse Alabama slam. Using the ropes to his advantage. Incredible bit of thinking there by McIntyre, and a big-time headbutt to floor Callihan. Cover here after it. Can he become #1 contender with it? No, he can't. He thought he had it within him then. Oh, but McIntyre's got something else in his mind right now. This is going to hurt Callihan. The Claymore kick! Into the cover for the #1 contendership. Not going to happen. Callihan kicks out at 2. And the surprise in McIntyre's face says it all there. Look at how Drew he doesn't blame the referee. He goes right back to business here and right back to using his strength to overpower Sami Callihan. This is wise from Drew McIntyre. Both men might be young in their own right, but they've got a boatload of experience going for them. And here it comes again from Callihan now. Planting him down into an immediate cover here to become #1 contender. McIntyre forced his way out of that one. This has been a great one to witness, that's for certain. Oh, he moved out of the way of the attempted knee there. Drew giving himself some breathing room. Looking for a powerbomb maybe. Callihan with a great bit of agility there. Gets his way out of it, and Drew getting tangled up in the rope somewhat. Could give Callihan the opening here for the headlock driver. McIntyre denies it. Big time headbutt. Has him up against the rope shoe. Oh my god, he's going to go for it again. Callihan all caught up, and down he goes. And now we're reaching the stage where these guys have got to question, what do they have to do to get the win here? How are they going to get the win? They've thrown an awful lot at one another, and so far both men have been able to kick out of it. Headlock driver and a Claymore kick, and neither has been able to get the win with it. This is the desire that both men possess to become #1 contender. McIntyre now up on that top rope. This looks like it's going to hurt. Oh my goodness. The strength of Drew McIntyre holding him up in the air. And down with a superplex. Incredible strength there by Drew, and he'll go into the cover now, hoping it's enough to put away Callihan. There's 2, and no, Callihan just barely kicks out. Say what you will about Callihan, he will not give in for a second. Callihan now, twist of fate, and I think McIntyre, yes he did, got busted open from it. Could be a big moment for Sami Callihan here as he brings him up on his shoulders. Fireman's carry. He's going to bring him down onto the ropes. Callihan into another cover here to try and become the winner of this one. McIntyre kicking out at 2, but it was a late 2 count. Perhaps that's showing fatigue on the side of Drew McIntyre, and Callihan, seeing the open wound, now is bloodying it now with the blood dripping from it, getting it, trying to make it even worse for him. McIntyre protected himself all he could, but he was getting, well, just obliterated almost by those strikes there. Irish whip now in the corner goes Drew McIntyre, and he pulls out a quick and strong reversal there to overpower Sami Callihan. Forearm shot, and oh, here we go again. This Alabama slam never gets easier to watch. Callihan brought down with that whiplash effect. Some quick strikes here by McIntyre. Put him up against the ropes now. Whoa, 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 whoa. What are we going to see here? Drew McIntyre, oh my God. McIntyre flies onto Callihan. Holy shit. I did not think we'd be seeing that. Cannonballing over the top rope is the near 250-pounder Drew McIntyre. Absolutely incredible. Back in the ring we go now. But Drew realizes he's got more to do, and Callihan still got some fight within him. These two men now are going back and forth for this victory. Up on the shoulders here. McIntyre brings him down. And he's in position now. He's calling for it. This could be it. The kick in the gut by McIntyre. He's got him. Future Shock DDT. Into the cover. 1, 2. Oh, Sami Callihan kicked out at 2. And Drew McIntyre is stunned. He just threw almost everything he had at Callihan, and the man is still kicking out here. Absolutely incredible. And now McIntyre just starting to firmly use his strength here, trying to stop Callihan in any way he can, trying to become the #1 contender by any means that he can pull out. Look at the strength there of Sami Callihan, crossing his legs and all. That's going to do some damage to the knees. That is a very smart move by Sami Callihan. Deadlift now, gut-wrench powerbomb. And Callihan, could he be in position here? Could he be in position for another one? Could he nail it? Callihan, the headlock driver again on McIntyre to become the #1 contender here with 1, 2. Oh, McIntyre kicked out again. That was close for Callihan, and he knows it. He was a second away from being the #1 contender. Both men are trying to do anything here, and here we go. Callihan once more trying to beat into the wound on Drew McIntyre's head, trying to make it even worse for McIntyre. Callihan doing whatever it takes here for victory, and McIntyre right now is in a world of trouble. Callihan is beating into him here, into the other turnbuckle now he goes, and oh, big running knee. Sami Callihan is like a man possessed right now with the thought of becoming the #1 contender. There's 2 again, and still McIntyre powering his way out. Can he get something going here? Drew McIntyre not going to allow it. Maybe big time forearm shot will stop that one. Callihan counters the Irish whip attempt, sends McIntyre on his way, and oh, here we go. We've seen this a number of times tonight. Back suplex on the apron. It's amazing this match has been going on as long as it has, and these two men are still possessing as much strength as they did from right at the opening bell. We're going to see here now from Callihan on the outside. Okay. And there's a counter by Drew McIntyre, big time clothesline. As the count continues here, getting up to 5, back in the ring we go. McIntyre seemed determined there to make sure that the count didn't progress onwards. Irish whip now for Callihan. Oh, big elbow caught him in the face. And Drew McIntyre now, since coming back in the ring, has found his control, has found a way to make sure that he's the one dominating this matchup now. And he's going to work on the head at Callihan, trying to make sure that maybe he can bust him open this time round. Counter though by Sami Callihan once more, and this ain't looking good for McIntyre here, up on the top rope, perched up high. This is good. Oh my goodness. Sami Callihan with a powerbomb. What a drop that is for Drew McIntyre to endure. And here we go again. Gotta plant him down once more. Callihan nails it. Could it be another headlock driver on its way? Callihan seems to have something else in mind right now. Big time knee. Discus clothesline. Into the cover he goes here. Trying to become #1 contender. Only a 1 count. And Callihan can't believe it. What does he have to do here? Now look at Callihan. He's just kind of watching on. He's stunned almost. McIntyre trying to get up to his feet. Callihan going to go for it again. Could this be the one? No! Countered by Drew. Drew McIntyre denies the opportunity for him to nail the headlock driver. Big time neck breaker though. Somehow Callihan still fighting here. Counter by Drew McIntyre once more, and here comes the strength of this man now, sending him on his way. Drew McIntyre now in position, maybe ready to strike big time. McIntyre, future shock DDT. He planted Callihan with that one, and that could be the ticket to give him the #1 contendership. Wait, he's not done. He's not done yet. Drew McIntyre wants to end this one assuredly. McIntyre. Claymore kick is countered by Callihan. Incredible. This is amazing right now. They have counted everything one another can bring to the table. And that was why Drew wanted to go for it. He didn't think he had put away Callihan, and his belief was true. Callihan powered it, well, pushed him to the side. These two men are literally trying to do anything and everything to walk out of Guilty as Charged the winner. Up to his feet now goes. Uh-oh, here we go again. Sami Callihan in position, plants him down once more. And he jumps into the cover. Could this be it? There's one, there's two, and oh, he's still kicking out. He's still powering his way out of it. Say what you will, McIntyre has given every ounce of his being in this one. Oh, big time kick in the gut there by Callihan, and once more he's trying. Desperation kicking in for Callihan. He'll go for it again. McIntyre denies it. How much more can either man take in this one? Oh, a Kimura lock here by Drew McIntyre now. Trying to think outside of the box maybe here with Sami Callihan. But Callihan fights his way out of it. Sends him down here into a quick side headlock. Both these men now trying to do some obscure things, I think, late on. Trying to catch the other out of their depth. Great bit of thinking there by Callihan. By McIntyre even. Give himself a slight opening. Big elbow. Countered. Callihan shrugs it off and it's a forearm back. Big time knee. Countered. And another reverse suplex here. Brings him down. What will McIntyre look for? He's going to the corner. He'll try it again. Will this one work? The Claymore kick. Will this do it? Into the cover goes McIntyre. 1, 2. Drew McIntyre is the #1 contender to the ECW Championship. And man alive, was that one hell of a contest by both men. Was that a match where they had to give anything and everything to walk out the winner? But it is official. At the Royal Rumble, Drew McIntyre will compete for the ECW Championship. Wow. Just wow. What a comeback that one was from McIntyre as well. To be on the verge of losing on numerous occasions. McIntyre had to give it his all. And I think that was match of the night so far, I have to be honest. That was absolutely incredible. Congratulations to both sides, but don't think this means that Sami Callihan will get diddle squat. He will not. For a match like that and a performance like that, one of the performances of his career, Sami Callihan deserves something for it. But it's Drew McIntyre who will go to the Royal Rumble to fight for the ECW Championship. But the key question coming out of this right now is who will Drew McIntyre fight for that title? And the answer we are going to get right about now, because the main event is around the corner. The ECW Championship is up for grabs. It's falls count anyway. It is no disqualification, no countouts, no rules essentially, but one. The first man to get the pinfall or submission is the ECW champion, Baron Corbin is determined to end Seth Rollins' title reign, where Seth Rollins is showing his greatness, and he's going to use Baron Corbin to prove that he is without a doubt the greatest wrestler of all time. Coming up next, this is going to be a big one. Well, here we go. It is about that time where we will find out what the state of ECW will be. Baron Corbin, a man determined for victory. A man determined to walk out of the All-State Arena here tonight. The new ECW champion. A man who has done nearly everything in his power to make sure that that can happen, but has just one thing left to do. And one thing that so many others have failed to do. Defeat Seth Rollins and walk out with that title. Many have tried, many have failed. And Baron Corbin, I believe, here tonight will just be another added to that list. I respect Corbin. And his entire time, I have said it and I will say it again. Baron Corbin is a future ECW champion without a shadow of a doubt. But the key term to take away from that is future. Right now, we are in the present. And right now, we are in the presence of Seth freaking Rollins. Down the line, Baron Corbin, yeah, he may well be ECW champion. But tonight, here, no. It will not happen. Corbin still needs time. Corbin still needs to get more experience under his belt. And Corbin, as hungry as he is, and as much as he wants to show off how talented he is stepping into a battle that he cannot fight back to. He is stepping into a war that he is ill-prepared for. He is stepping into the ring with the greatest wrestler of all time. Corbin may well be great at brawling, he may well be great at striking, and this match could well suit into his favour. But there is one thing he is not. There is one thing absolutely no one is. And there is one thing that no one will ever be. And that is this man. That is the ECW champion. No one. We are in the once-in-a-lifetime experience of seeing Seth freaking Rollins destroy and dominate the competition on ECW. If it was not for Seth Rollins, ECW wouldn't exist right now. He single-handedly redesigned, rebuilt, and reclaimed ECW in his own vision. It is for Seth Rollins we thank for why ECW is the greatest brand each and every week. It is Seth Rollins we thank for why we are in a position such as this, and it is Seth Rollins we thank for every time he comes out to the ring and puts on an incredible matchup. Whether you love him or you hate him, Seth Rollins knows you have to respect him, and Baron Corbin will learn that here tonight when he falls at the feet of the Architect, and Seth Rollins makes another opponent crumble beneath him and walks out of Illinois still the ECW champion. If you think that Corbin is the out-and-out favourite, you are stupid. You are wrong. Think back to SummerSlam when Seth Rollins went in a 2 out of 3, not even that, a 3 stages of hell against Diamond Dallas Page and beat him. It took nearly an hour, but Seth Rollins walked out as the ECW champion. The 3-time ECW champion, and he'll do the same here tonight. Baron Corbin can be as cocky as he wants. Baron Corbin can have the crowd on his side as much as he wants. It will not make a difference. Seth Rollins is still your ECW champion here tonight. Bring on Drew McIntyre, I say, because Seth Rollins is ready to walk through Baron Corbin here tonight. These two men, of course, previously met at Survivor Series with a very close finish, and that is why we got the rematch at Survivor Series. It ended in a count-out, controversial, some would say, and it is, I guess, one of the reasons why Baron Corbin decided he had the choice to choose this matchup, and I guess it is why he decided it should be a Falls Count Anywhere match to avoid something like that happening. But of course, another thing that plays into the mind of Corbin right now is no DQ, no countouts. He can do whatever he wants to Seth Rollins, and don't be surprised if this one spills into somewhere in the All-State Arena, because it absolutely will. We are underway here, the main event of Guilty as Charged, and look at that right from the bat. A mistake made by Baron Corbin, and Seth Rollins will capitalize from the start. Counter back though by Corbin, and you know he is going to try and get this one underway with his strikes, much the same as how Aleister Black tried earlier tonight against Bobby Roode. Corbin's going to try and overpower Rollins here. He's got the height advantage and he's got the weight advantage. But of course, Seth Rollins has the experience advantage. There's no champion's advantage in this one though, of course. Counter disqualifications completely out the window. In fact, the use of weapons is well advised in this kind of matchup. In the corner goes Baron Corbin now, and a big time forearm shot will send him down. Seth Rollins with a great start early on, going up to the top rope already. Will he bless us with a Phoenix Splash right from the get-go? Indeed he will, and he nails it. There we go, that got out of the way. Seth Rollins has taken the early lead in this one, as to be expected from the greatest of all time. Went for a flying forearm there, and Corbin just about getting himself out of the way there, and now trying to use his strength. Seth Rollins not interested in letting that one happen. Corbin's going to have to do an awful lot if he wants to become ECW champion here tonight, and Seth Rollins is making sure that he knows just how much he has to do. Oh, and a big spear tackle sends Corbin to the outside here. Here we go. We're on the outside now. This is where things are going to get a bit dangerous. Rollins in position, looking for something big. Moonsault and perfectly executed onto Corbin. The cover here now to try and retain his title, and it's only a 1 count. Corbin's got to do an awful lot here. He is being beaten into from the start by Rollins. I'm not complaining. I'm quite enjoying it, but I'm just saying he's going to have to do more. Corbin with a counter and immediately tearing apart the announce table here. I think it's a bit early to think about anything along those lines, but he certainly, and he pays for it. Pays for turning his back on Rollins, who once again starts to take control here. Utterly destructive start from Seth Rollins thus far, and now we're going into the crowd. This is where things get a bit more dangerous. Corbin welcoming this arrival into the crowd here, it seems. And we're going over to this corner. Look at the... It's almost like a side of anarchy, essentially. Weapons all over the place. 2 kendo sticks, sledgehammer, baseball bat, super kick. Beautiful. And of course, the main thing to take away from this, no padding on the outside. All concrete out here. So a curb stomp is going to do a lot of damage. As will the end of days, of course. Rollins. The Architect's annihilation. That's it already. It's over. Cover, 1, 2, and Corbin kicks out. That could have been, without a doubt, one of the most destructive ECW title defenses I've ever seen. Rollins up on the equipment box we've got out there. Rollins with an axe handle. He didn't really get all of it, but Corbin is being decimated right now. And this is what I was on about. This is the inexperience coming into play. This is what makes Seth Rollins so much better than Baron Corbin. Corbin counters the knee, and a big clothesline will deck him here. Corbin now bringing the sledgehammer into the game. And now all of a sudden this has allowed Baron Corbin to turn the match around into his favor. This is why he picked the no DQ stipulation. But Rollins is making him pay for it at the same time, sending him into the equipment box there. Rollins into a cover now. Where's the referee? You should be right here, right next to the action at all times. That could have been a 3 count right there. Rollins now bringing Corbin up, but Corbin sends him into the equipment box himself. There are so many weapons out here. It could be a very dangerous experience. Deep 6 by Corbin. And with that now, what will Corbin look to do? He's got a kendo stick in hand, and he's blasting it into the champion. Rollins takes it off him and hits him in the gut with it. Beautiful bit of work there by Rollins. And it brings Corbin down to a knee here. He struck him with that one, but Corbin almost shrugged it off essentially. Into the barricade, into the steel railing now goes Rollins, and head first into it as well he goes. This ain't looking good. Spinning back suplex there onto the concrete for Seth Rollins to endure. As they brawl in this corner here with so many weapons that can be used to someone's advantage. Baron Corbin is loving it though, striking into the champion with whatever he can find. And here comes the kendo stick once more. He's taking it to Rollins' legs. He's trying to make sure that Rollins can't use his legs, trying to take the curb stomp away from him and everything along those lines. A pinfall right now is not interesting Baron Corbin. Just beating on Seth Rollins, though, certainly is. Back suplex now on the concrete. Corbin gets out of the way and a big kick to the gut and all down goes Seth Rollins. What's Corbin going to do now? He's on his way back. His way back out of here now, back into the main part of the arena here. Seth Rollins still down and still trying to recover. Baron Corbin grabbing a chair. He is waiting for Rollins to get back up to his feet here. He's ready to welcome him back in his own way. Corbin circling around outside. Impatience maybe getting to the lone wolf. Rollins making his way back. And Corbin drives it into the gut of the champion again. This is why Corbin wanted the no DQ stipulation. It was not to avoid a controversial finish. It was so he could smash a chair into Rollins. Smash whatever he could find into Rollins again and again and again. Baron Corbin enjoys beating into his opponents like this. He enjoys using weapons to his advantage, and Rollins right now is feeling the punishment from it. Into the announce table he goes. Corbin now, oh my god, he's got Rollins. No, no, no. Choke slam through the table. The table just caved in underneath Seth Rollins. And Baron Corbin just nailed a big time move on the champion. But he's not going for the cover here. Rollins is still getting up to his feet on the outside. Slowly but surely. And look at this now. Baron Corbin is setting up whatever he can find here to his advantage. Steel chair. Steel steps. Another sledgehammer being brought into the mix. Anything and everything that can be used here is being used. And Rollins trying to make him pay for it there. Counter by Corbin though. Counter back by Rollins here. We're back in the ring and all sorts going on here. Rollins puts it in. Avara Kedavra. And what will Rollins look for now? Well, whatever he did look for, Corbin brought the reversal to. And launches Rollins back in the ring with it. Corbin looks like he wants to... He's in position. It looks like he wants to nail something on Rollins here. Oh no, he's got the chair. And he plants Rollins in the skull with it. Well, I think regardless of the end of this matchup, both guys are going to be feeling the wrath of this one for some time to come. Rollins into the turnbuckle face first. Corbin's got him. No, no, no. End of days. This ain't happening. This ain't happening. Rollins is going to kick out. Rollins is going to kick out. There's one. There's two. And he does. And he does. Whew. Oh, that was close. That was close indeed. And now Seth Rollins is trying to recover here slowly. The end of days almost brought about a new champion. And Corbin now with the steps into the face of Rollins. But Rollins is still forcing his way up to his feet here. And all down with a backbreaker. He has endured so much. The valiant champion that Seth Rollins has been through almost everything Corbin has to throw at him. Through the announce table, the end of days, nearly everything used to his advantage, but this could be it. Rollins, curb stomp. The cover by Rollins, 1, 2, and thank you. Seth Rollins retains the ECW Championship. It only takes one curb stomp, one final move, and Seth Rollins will still be your ECW champion. You made the mistake, Corbin. You thought you had Rollins here. You thought you had him all done and dusted. Well, you were proven wrong, weren't you? Victory for Seth Rollins, and still your ECW champion, the greatest wrestler in the world, the greatest wrestler of all time, Seth freaking Rollins. That is how you do it. That is how Seth Rollins does it. That is why he is the ECW champion and shows no sign of letting it go anytime soon. Bring forth Drew McIntyre. He will feel the same wrath as Baron Corbin did here tonight. Well, we know what's happening at the Royal Rumble now for this title. ECW Championship, Rollins and McIntyre. That's going to be a big one. But speaking of big ones, tonight here, Guilty as Charged has been another incredible pay-per-view for ECW. 2 new champions crowned, and an incredible night of action throughout it all. The ball is in your court now. Raw, SmackDown, I dare you to try and top this one. Best of luck with that. That'll end Guilty as Charged. Thank you guys for watching. Take care, guys, and ta-ra.